Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation continues from Bihagade Ki Var, Mahalla Tija, and this is the 8th Pauri. The first salok, Salok Mahalla Tija, Gurmukh Prabh Sevey Sad Sacha, Anadin Sahaj Pyar, Sada Anand Gawe Gun Sache, Ardh Urdh Urpa Urdhar, Sada Anand Gawe Gun Sache, Ardh Urdh Urdhar, Antar Pritam Vasya, Tur Karm Likhya Kartar, Nanak Aap Milayan Ape Kirpa Tar. The Guru speaks about a Gurmukh, one who is apprenticed to the Guru, to that enlightenment principle that is innate to us. So Gurmukh, one who is aligned with the teachings of the Guru, in other words, with the innate wisdom, what does that person do? Gurmukh Prabh Sevey. That person serves the Prabh. And who is the Prabh? The eternal self within. That principle, that axiom that defines us within. Sevey. And that Prabh is Sad Sacha. It is eternal and true. True meaning, at the end of the day, when you talk about the truth with a capital T, the truth is a person, meaning not a person like you and I, but a being, a consciousness that is aware. So a Gurmukh serves the Prabh. That is basically the goal, which means, and when you serve the Prabh, I'll come back to what it means, Anadin, you do it all the time. Anadin is day and night. It means all the time, remaining mindful. Sahaj Pyar, then the mind transforms into Sahaj, which is equipoise, balance, natural. It reverts to its natural state. And its natural state is one of love. Sahaj Pyar. Because you can't really know the self unless you are in that state of Sahaj. You can't go to that state of Sahaj unless you follow the Guru there. It's as simple as that. So serving the self is kind of explained in the next couple of lines. It says, Sada Anand Gawe Gun Sache. Sada Anand Gawe Gun Sache. So singing praise to the Prabh is serving. And what is praise? Praise is imitation. Therefore, this follower, devotee, this apprentice to the Gur, imitates or develops the virtues of the self, arad. Sada Anand Game Gun Sache, arad. Arad also means to imitate, to worship, but worship means imitation. So you essentially, and what does that mean? It means you develop all facets of your personality. Ardha, Urdha, Urdhar, meaning up, above and below. Body, mind, spirit. Urdhar, you develop. And then the beloved comes to dwell within. It means then that you are now approaching that state of consciousness. It's an accretion. It doesn't all happen in one go. It's a slow accretion. The self comes into the mind, and from there, this progress accretes to you. So the beloved comes to dwell within, antar pritam vasya. That is to say, you are now on the way to realizing your unique potential. And what is this process? This is indeed the ordinance of the Creator, the purpose of life, to transcend one's limited ego and to realize one's potential that would otherwise remain unfulfilled. Tur karam likhya kartar, tur from the very beginning. Tur is the origin. Karam kartar, this is essentially the grace that was written into your being that has to be realized. And he emphasizes that by saying this union, this realization is a gift. Because the self is benign and merciful. Nanak aap milayan ape kripatar. In the second verse, kahiye kathiye na paiye anadin rahe sada gun gaye. Vin karme kine na payo auk moe bil laye. Gur ke sabad man tan pijjay. Aap vasai man aaye. Nanak nadri paiye. Ape lay milai. Again, an emphasis that this process, even though it involves an apprenticeship and effort on our part, is not an intellectual exercise. Kahiye, kathiye, na paiye. By mere speech or narration or reading or thought process, conceptualizing, the self cannot be realized. Kahiye, kathiye, na paiye. It is the cultivation of divine qualities. So there is a contrast. You have to understand that this is not simply a mere conceptualization, but a deeper expression of oneself. And nor is self-realization the outcome of individual effort alone. The grace is the clincher. Vin karma kine na payo. Because the Guru reminds us that many have tried to exert themselves, conceptually and otherwise, but have passed on, bewailing their fate. Paokamue bilalai. So the self comes to dwell within, apavase manai, when the mind and body becomes drenched with the teachings of the Gur. Gur ke sabad man tan pijjiya. Meaning you become attuned. It becomes second nature to you. In the Pauri, the emphasis here is Ape Ved Puran Sabbe Sasat Aap Kathe Aap Pijay Ape Hi Beh Pujay Karta Aap Par Panch Kari Jay Aap Parivarti Aap Nirvarti Ape Akath Kathi Jay Ape Pun Sabe Aap Karaye Aap Alipt Varti Jay Ape Sukh Dukh Deva Karta Ape Baks Kari Jay. So there's one actor. This self is the gist of the Vedas, the Purans, and all scripture. And it is itself that is the creator and the worshipper. It's on both sides. Because on one side, he is in us, and on the other side, he's that abstract principle. So this Pauri says, look, it is one actor playing this game in various forms, and you need to follow Gur wisdom to essentially realize the self, which is nothing other than realizing your unique self, your uniqueness. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ